Welcome to Yep Yeah Yes with Marissa and Tamika. Today we are going to be discussing privacy versus secrecy. But first, in the words of Julie Chen Mumbez, Marissa, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So anyway, let's talk about privacy versus secrecy. I think it's a good topic because number one, I chose it. Number two, I think it's good because it definitely is a great description of who you are. You are engrossed in privacy and secrecy. You are like the Da Vinci Code of friends.
I'm feeling attacked!
No, but for real. So, like, when I think about privacy versus secrecy,
right.
I think privacy is, and I didn't look it up in Webster's. I can leave that to you if you'd like. But I believe privacy really comes down to a person or a group or entity kind of keeping particular details about themselves or their organizations safe from harm and exploitation of other people, from other people.
All right.
For example, my social security number is private.
Right.
My sex life is not. That's a secret.
Oh
my God. Calm down.
According to the New Oxford American Dictionary, privacy is the state or condition of being free from being observed or disturbed by other people.
Okay. I think I took it to a little bit more of an extreme. Exploitation by others.
Well, secrecy is the action of keeping something secret or the state of being kept secret.
Like I think secrecy is like, it's like, tell me, girl, I got a secret. See what you get. Shout out to New Edition yet again. I'd like to use them. We haven't done the music thing in a while, but we
need to know the DJ blends.
Yeah, we do.
He's got a good music catalog.
What's your
recollection?
Our friend Nick.
Nick.
Nick's, he's always spinning.
All right.
But anyway, so yeah, I think that you are knee deep in secrecy. But I think it comes from a state of, and you tell me if this is true when it comes to secrecy, not only from your own personal experience, but from what you've experienced in interacting with other people, that the reason people keep a secret is because they want to be free of judgment.
Yes, completely. 100%. So I'm secretive. Sweet. I'm private.
Are you private?
I am private and I'm secretive.
And did I not say that in the beginning of the show? And you laughed at me like I was crazy.
I know. Because you know what? Yeah, people have a lot of opinions, and sometimes I just don't care for them.
But privacy doesn't have to do anything about. It's not about opinion. Privacy, I feel like privacy is about protecting fact-based information.
Oh, do I do that? I probably do that as well.
Which is not a
big sharer.
Right, like you're the type of person that could have like $20 million in the bank and mofos think you're broke.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
No. Just keeping it private.
That shit's private.
It's private.
Don't cash my checks.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I write you a check?
That bounced? Did I bounce anything for you?
Did I even write you one?
Oh
no.
Damn, no, is out of my bank account.
Yeah, there's always some people that always gotta know what you're working with.
Yeah.
Why? Do I owe you something?
It's because, but that goes back to what we were talking about a few weeks back with that is how they determine what level of respect they're going to give you.
Yes. We were talking about that. Was that online or offline?
I think online.
Oh, okay.
Maybe offline. I don't know.
I'm bringing something up to that.
Sometimes we carry our conversations offline too.
Offline. So now, in terms of secrecy, where do you stand with that? Do you think you're a very secretive person?
I have no idea.
Huh?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
I have no idea.
Could you just be engaging in the podcast, please?
I'm very secretive. Extremely secretive, probably.
What do you think that stems from?
Well, I've said this before. I didn't live with my mom for 5th grade and then all through high school. 5th grade, 8th grade, and then high school. And just very, someone who was bipolar and was clinically depressed. So everything.
Your mother?
No, the person I lived with. Yes, that I didn't live with my mom.
Right.
And everything I was doing for her had like a negative agenda, and I just when I moved out at 18, it was like, you're not going to know anything of what I'm doing. Oh, do you go out? No, I stay home. I work and go home. You don't have any friends? No. So what do you do for fun? Oh, nothing. I come here. Like, nothing.
I can attest to that, because it was like, I met this person early on in our friendship, very early on, but it was like, oh, this is my coworker. By the time I actually came around to the home and stuff, it was like a year or two later.
Right.
And then he was like, oh, okay.
And now I get it.
Sorry.
Oh, all right.
Oh, what is what you're working with? Like your secret bitch? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a very private person, but I think I'm also secretive as well. I think I'm private in terms of, I don't want to share every fact-based financial aspect of my life.
Right.
Because whatever finances I've accrued, they're mine.
Right.
And they're for my future.
Right.
They're not about, okay, let me take a loan against myself so I can help you out.
Right.
I know that sounds fucked up,
but it is what it is.
But ain't nobody taking loans out to help me right now. And so, I don't play like the broke card, like I'm always broke. But you're never gonna know what I'm
where you
with.
stand.
And if you want to be one of those people in my life who always thinks higher in terms of I make more than what I make, or that I save more than what I save, so be it. That's not going to change the fact that you're not getting none. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll help people out, here and there. But it's never going to be, because I've been screwed over by family and friends. It's like, I got to be more mindful.
Yeah.
Then in terms of secrets, the only time I'm ever secretive is when I'm dating. Like, nobody ever knows that. I'll bring a mofo around after I've been dating him for a year.
Oh my God, I know.
Like, we're engaged.
I know.
I know. Not engaged, but you know what I mean. I just don't really bring anybody.
You don't even talk about your significant other, should you have one. You find out after, like, you broke up, like, yeah, I was kind of like talking to this guy. Really? And then you just shut up.
Nobody's interested. Nobody's really interested.
I don't know.
You never say to me, like, how's it going out there? You never. Okay.
Because I know how you are.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse. You should always check on your friends. See how they're doing.
But whenever I ask you about it, or have in the past, you're always like, I don't want to talk about it. When I want to talk about it, I'll bring it up. And I just have to respect that.
I don't give a shit. You don't respect me.
What?
I need you to harass me. You harass me about everything else.
Because you
always harass me.
Because you sat me down one day and you're like, I don't ask you for much. This, I just want to keep secret. I just don't like talking about my life like that. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I got to give you something.
How long ago was that? 10 years?
Oh my God. Oh, so people change. So it expired? People change. He's saying
you're not the same person you was 10 years ago.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not. So you're saying
now.
That expired is what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that I'd like to be asked about.
But you're not going to answer.
So what? You can't ask a question hoping to get the answer you want to have.
Ugh.
What's the point of a friendship if you know what I mean? If everything that you get is based on what your needs. It's going to be based on, if I'm telling you right now, like, homie, just ask me, have I been on a date lately? And if I say none of your goddamn business, and you say, okay, I got it. And then you ask me again in 2 weeks. Oh my God. No, for real. I'm very secretive. I can't help it. You know what? It's like the expectations get too high. There's too many people that, like, they're not in my family, which is funny. There's always people outside of my family. Well, there's certain members of my family, yes. But for the most part, people outside of my family will always ask me, "You dating? You seeing anyone?" It's like, and then you feel uncomfortable because you're like,
"Oh, I hate that."
The minute if you say, "Yeah, I've been seeing somebody for like 6 months, whatever." Oh, serious? When did you get? It starts getting that murky.
Yeah.
And then if they say, "No, I'm not seeing anyone," then they look at you. What, you gay? It's like,
oh my God.
I'm just not seeing it. And that's the thing too, which it's like an awkward thing because if you were like, "No, I'm not gay," it's like all of a sudden, like, I have nothing against gay people, but you feel like you're defending, like it's wrong.
Something that's not offensive. Yeah, you're defending something that's not offensive.
And it just feels very awkward. So it's just better not to even talk about it and let people keep their own assumptions. But when it comes to your best friend, you should always have an open dialogue.
Okay.
We used to have open dialogue. We used to talk about a lot of things. But now, you just don't care. You're like, "How's work?" "Fine." "How's work with you?" "Fine." "All right, well, I'll talk to you later."
You are such a fibber right now. Yes, because true or false, whenever you start to tell me something, I'm like, "Wait, back up. I need to know what happened. So where were you? What were you wearing? Were you in your car?" I ask you about life.
When they ask me about life,
constantly, how was this weekend? Because I know you went to somewhere and you're like, "Oh, it's fine." And I know you. I know when you're like, "I ain't fixing to talk about it. It was fine." Okay. And then I look at you.
You just assume.
Oh my word! I know how to speak to you. You're full of it. You're so full of it.
This is an offline conversation right now. I don't know where you went up the rails.
No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, people, listen. Let me explain something. I went to City Island with a friend of mine this weekend. I posted a picture of it along with my lobster roll, which was delicious, by the way. I don't think you asked me one time, "How was your weekend?"
I did ask you.
When did you ask me that?
Oh my gosh, when you were talking about the weekend,
complaining about work. Is that when you asked me?
No, I was like, "How was the weekend?" And you were like, "It was fine." And I'm like, "So how was the Bronx?" "Hot." All right. Like, damn. Dude, I don't like City Island, right? You're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go back out there. I want to go to Wave Hill." And you're like, "Where's that?" I'm like, "In the Bronx." And you're like, "Oh,
I vaguely remember this conversation because I remember the Wave Hill part, and I remember saying it was hot because of the concrete.
Yeah, you're like, "Concrete jungle. It was hot," and I'm like, "All right," but I already know when you ain't fixing to talk to nobody. I already know you.
Let me explain something. Full disclosure, there was another person in the room. I'm really not trying to have like an in-depth conversation about
anything in front of them. All right.
I just don't like. I don't like to really. You know this about me.
I know.
Like when there's other people around, I don't really like. I'll talk. I'll make some jokes and like I was making jokes here and there this afternoon.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm like,
we are not having a conversation with the third party. All right.
I'm just saying. But yeah, you always ask me how my weekend is, but it's perfunctory.
It is not perfunctory. I genuinely care.
Really?
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a shit and ask.
Thank you.
I'm talking about my damn self.
No, because I usually ask a question when I really don't care. Not necessarily of you, but you know this about me.
Yes.
I do the very perfunctory thing.
But don't project. Don't project. I ask because I care.
No, we're just alike.
If I didn't look alike, we look. If I genuinely didn't care, I wouldn't ask. I have a whole bag of tricks of how to have a conversation without saying shit. So, bitch, if I asked, I really wanted an answer. I really cared. Your apologies accepted.
Look, I was not being.
Your apologies accepted.
I was not being secretive. I went to the Bronx. Okay. There's not much to tell. I had a lobster roll.
There's plenty to tell. Parking was horrible. People dressed like.
I found a spot. My friend.
Of course you did.
My friend had to find ballet, and I found a. Because every part I was like right in front.
Because you're like the queen of parking. You're the queen of parking, and you drive better backwards than most people forwards.
I have no problem parking.
Be that as it may.
My friend found ballet. She's like, I had to do ballet. She got there before. I was like, I found a spot like right on the corner. I was like, there's a gate there. Like as long as you park, stop blocking the gate, and I was good. I don't think people wanted to park in that spot because there was a puddle but the puddle was on the passenger side.
Oh, well.
I was feeling clear. Flip-flops on, out the car, here we go. It was hot.
How were people dressed? How was the...
It was the Bronx. You know how they dress?
But when you say like it's the Bronx, what do you want to know? I want to know everything.
It's just a restaurant. I mean,
but it's not just a restaurant. How was the menu? How was the atmosphere? Was it clean? Was it dirty? Were people loud? Was the music great? There's more.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh well.
I really don't.
By the way, your color combination right now looks really nice.
So listen, this is the thing too. Thank you. This is the thing too is that you always get on me. Is that I don't observe enough of my surroundings because you want detail. And I don't have the details that you need. I have other details that you're not interested in.
I want them all. I want them all.
And I'm the one that I'm being secretive. I'm not secretive. I'm the most open, and here's my life to anybody that really wants to know. But, you know, it came with garlic bread. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so let's get back to the topic. We diverted a little bit because you're trying to call me out on the international radio. I don't know. But international radio. People in Japan listening. I've checked. We're worldwide, baby. So listen, so the privacy thing. I actually got a letter from what is the name of the place that draws your blood?
The blood bank?
No.
Red Cross.
No, for when you get when you do tests for medical.
A Quest or
So I got one from Quest and LabCorp. Two different companies sent me. There's been a data breach and your information has been compromised. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So that to me is a privacy issue.
Right.
That's very private versus secrecy. So now you're telling me that my medical information is out there for God knows who, and they've paired it with my email address or my mailing address. Or,
yeah.
You get all this information from different entities, right? Piece it together. It's like, Drop 316 matches with that, right? You know what I mean? Right. Or whatever. Tamika matches with that, or
right?
You know, it could be one company. They're collecting information from various sources,
right?
And so, in my opinion, that's very different than like me just telling you right now what my email address, Drop 316. I don't care about Drop 316. It's an email address. Right. That's very different than a company doing a data breach from a website that I joined, a website that asks me for other pertinent information, like my password information, my mother's maiden name, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And they piece it together.
Right.
You know, I'm not giving that information on this podcast.
Right.
So, and that information is private. And so we live in a society now where I think the lines are becoming blurred.
Yeah.
Because we have social media where people are giving private information and telling other people secret.
Oh.
And people think that they're supposed to be privy to all of it.
No.
And it's crazy.
No.
Oh, crazy.
Damn. I think back before cell phones and social media and just how, like, I don't know, never really had FOMO. Never really, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, I think about it, like, sometimes, like, the thing with social media is that you're allowing a lot of people into a private portion of your life. Yes, you're putting it on social media, and yes, you should know that it's viewable by anybody, even if you do have privacy settings on. It is viewable.
Right.
But at the same time, you don't realize how many people are looking at you. So it's still almost like this is my private. So when somebody's like, I saw you went to such and such. How'd you know that? And you almost feel like a little taken back. And you're like, you posted it on Facebook, Instagram, this, and you're like, ooh.
It's awkward. It's awkward. In the midst of you doing it, you're like, you don't think about like, I get that. I'm sure you get that too. If we go out to eat, so how is such and such? You're like,
I don't get that.
This is why I actually post. Most of my posts happen after I've left the place.
Yeah.
Not that like I'm some celebrity. I'm waiting for them to track me down.
No, but still, you never know. Listen, it'd be your own people. That's the killer.
Yep. So we're trying to get a free meal. I'm like, hey girl, can we join you? Then all of a sudden you split into 4 ways.
Oh, and you got water,
right?
You didn't even get the Coke.
Yeah, you stay getting the Coke. Don't now we split it.
Remember we went out to eat with somebody and they're like, split it, and I was like, bitch, you had like 3 drinks and you upcharged your meal. Are you get out of here?
That's annoying. One of the other things too with the privacy, you see that news that came down where Equifax was breached. They had a data breach, and they agreed to pay up to $700 million in settlement. So me and you both were talking about it for briefly, and it was like, are we getting a piece of this?
Am I getting this check?
How much?
They have my information.
Exactly. No, this is going to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and other agencies. I don't know how.
I should be the agency. You breached my information.
That's crazy. I don't understand how, like, you gonna pay somebody, like, really? I don't, like, and so now it's gonna go to a government agency, and then what? What are they gonna do with it? Like, it reminds me of with the housing crisis.
Right.
Where did all that money go that they agreed to pay?
Probably to the banks.
Went back to the banks?
Probably.
They charged the banks though. Maybe they made the banks pay.
Right. I don't know. They probably went back to the banks. You know how this shit goes.
They're like, we're gonna bankrupt Bear Stearns. Y'all just pay your $10 million.
Lehman Brothers.
And then
bye.
Come back from the sale of however we liquidate those companies.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I'm out here still trying to find a place to live.
Wow.
I have a place to live, but you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah. Wow.
You know how much, like, if we really decided to sit back and delve into data breaches, privacy concerns, money settlements, we'd probably be locked up.
Yeah. Yeah, we would be. And we just want to know.
Got too close. Too close to the fire.
Icarus.
Too close to the fire. But there's definitely something to be said about the way the world is moving in this privacy versus secrecy era.
Do you ever sit at like 3 a.m. when you can't sleep and you're like, I got way too many emails at too many stores. I've got way too many things out there and open, and you feel like all like protective all of a sudden, and you're like, oh, I gotta start, unsubscribing to some shit. I gotta start like changing some stuff.
Every year. And then you know what happens? The holiday comes around.
You do it all over again.
You do online shopping.
And you do it all over again.
I mean, I wish Bath & Body Works would leave me alone. I know y'all got a 75% off sale in July and December, or June and December.
I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll show up. Just chill.
Just chill. And then it's like, would you like to unsubscribe? You unsubscribe, and somehow you show up at the store, and you're not thinking. Or, you're at CVS or Dwayne Reed, we need your email address for your free code. You can't, there's nothing you can do. This is the world that we've become. And no matter how much you want to be private and keep that fact-based information out of the arms of society, it doesn't matter.
So, I have this weird thing with like my kids on social media.
They're too young for social media.
No, they don't have their own. But like when I don't really like when other people post them. But just like show the back of their heads.
I try to do that.
You always do that. You're very respectful. Everybody is not.
Don't tell me somebody posted recently. Pictures.
Recently, I'm trying to think recently. Not really, but like whenever they're at a birthday party and they're like, oh, you want a picture? And I'm always like, if you're posting this on social media, just let me get them out of there. I don't put my kids on social media. And they're like, oh, okay.
I think a lot more people understand it now today than they did 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah. Because I remember when my kids were little, somebody put them, like they were like months old, or a cousin of mine, and she took it down right away because I sent her a quick little, hey, I'm not ready for that. And she took it down right away, and then I remember she asked me later. And I was like, I just don't want it. I just don't want that for them.
Explain it.
I think she was she was confused because she's very, like, every day it's like, this is her outfit today, and we're going to school today. And my pumpkin had a great day. And you're like, okay.
I have a friend that's like that. Her kid is probably like 10. I've only seen him in person. She posts pictures of him all the time from the back. Like she'll be behind him and he's skipping down the street.
Yeah.
And she'll take a picture of him like running down the street.
Yeah.
Or he has like a fedora or something.
Yeah.
And she's got the back of his head. She never posts him like his face ever. I think she's posted one picture of him when he was a baby, like a throwback.
Yeah.
Like for his birthday, like he was 10, or however old he is.
Right.
And she posted a picture when he was like 2.
Yeah.
But it's like, in the beginning I was like, what the hell? But now she's
now
smart.
you get it. Yeah.
Let him decide what he wants to be on social media down the road.
Yeah. And what kind of content they want to deliver.
Nowadays too, there's so many sites are stealing pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever did a Google search of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Like a photo search?
Yeah.
Have you found yourself on sites you didn't sign up for?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I've contacted them and asked them to immediately take it down.
And what happened?
Well,
Did they take it down?
Well, it took quite some, like, but they were like, well, this was a conference for, and it's a public forum, and like, you're not using your
picture.
Yeah, you can't use I don't work for you, and I'm not representing your company. You need to take my photo down.
See, but I don't mean that. I mean using your likeness as you're somebody else.
Oh, I haven't.
Like, I've been on dating sites, and guys have used the profile picture of soap opera stars.
Are you kidding me?
Dead serious.
And then
Like, mofo, you was not Jasper Jacks.
Did you ever call somebody out on it?
No, because I'm like, I don't even want to
engage.
Or you see like a modeling shot, and you're like, okay, you're stealing. And I've done that. I've done the reverse image and found the picture in multiple places.
Oh my word.
So there's somebody on the other end, some, pedophile, some nasty mofo.
Yeah.
Trying to meet someone. Like, remember the Craigslist guy?
Yes.
Killed the women.
My God.
But, it's just, you just have to be careful of what you share out there on social media, just in general.
I get so, like, in public, I'm so, like, leery. I went to Starbucks with my daughter yesterday, and you know how, like, she talks. Like, you don't even have to engage her. She'll talk for 2 hours, And she's, like, talking and waiting for the drinks, and I'm, like, looking around, and there's this tall white man. I mean, like, tall, not just, like, 5'10", like, he was, like, 6'3", and he's, like, drinking his drink, and he's staring at her. Mm-mm. And, like, looking at me, and he's drinking. He's opening the door for all the ladies as they're leaving. And I'm like, okay. And then I could tell he's awkward. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's something on the spectrum. Goes to the bath, and I'm like, these people better hurry up with my drinks because I want to get out of here now. And then he's done, and he's standing by. You know how they always have that little cart with the your sweeteners and he's standing there drinking, and he's opening the doors. So I because I'm small, I don't really have to bend down, and I kind of like scooch over, and I'm like, babe, as we're leaving, just stay next to me, okay, and stay on my right side. She's like, okay, and she's like still talking, whatever. And I have my drink things, and we're walking out. He opens the door, and then he comes out with us. And I was like, I stood there for a second, like, oh my god, and he takes his keys out, and he starts walking to his car, and he keeps looking back. I get her in the car, I'm like, hurry up, get in the car, and I'm like, quick, lock the door and get down. And I don't know why I'm telling her. She's like, oh, she just complied. She gets down, and I lock the door, and I'm watching him get in his car, and I'm like, okay, babe, get up and buckle. And I'm starting to go, and I'm like watching him. He goes the same direction we go, and I'm like, now I can't go home. I go on like this circle, and he just kept going, and I'm like, oh, thank the Lord. But I don't. But not even happenstance. Exactly. But I'm so paranoid. Yeah. So I can't even. Sometimes when I think about the internet, it's like such an overwhelming place.
The funny thing is, those are the people you don't have to be scared of.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm very much like, she's friendly too, and I'm like, don't talk to strangers. And like, my boys are a bit more cautious, where they'll look at me before they answer a stranger, and I'll go,
she's been looking at you before she answered me half the time.
You think? I feel like she's way too friendly.
I asked her a question today, and she's looking at you. I was like, I'm the one that asked the question, Marina. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention her name. I'll try to edit it. If I can't, whatever. If y'all hear a pause, that's the timestamp. All right.
No, but I think about, like, whenever, like, I don't know, like,
privacy issues.
I just get like nervous. Everything makes me nervous. So the internet on top of all of this is such an overwhelming place.
Right. Exactly. I don't know. I just think you just have to be more mindful of your surroundings, what you were yesterday, but also understand that it's not always the person what society tells us is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, it could be the guy who's like the teacher.
Oh, they're the worst ones.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
You think he's like single and he's dating a teacher in school and he's got a whole family. I dated that guy. You know?
Oh God, yeah.
A whole family.
I get so like, whenever I think about like what I believe society has as like the definition of the bad guy, for me that's so not it. For me it's like it's something so different.
Yeah, it's never who you think it is.
Yeah, so whenever I think about like privacy and secrecy, and then you talk about like on top of that you're talking about social media, it's a scary place.
It's crazy.
And I don't know if that's another reason why I'm always like, I don't share too much. I'm secretive and private. I was going to say I'm secretive and privacy. I'm secretive and private.
And is that not how I started the show off?
Yes.
And you looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, I know.
But now that we've come down to pretty much the end of this particular topic, you're like, yeah, girl, you're right.
No, but you know, like when you don't want to like be all the way with it, like I'm secretive and private. Like, why are you telling everybody?
It's okay because then motherfuckers know to stay away from you. Like, I ain't gonna get none from her. Let me just, she let me know what it is, and I'll just move on.
Yeah.
Unless you meet somebody, which you also are that person, a persistent person. If I told you I'm secretive and private, it's like, yeah, but I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
So you just all fucked up. Anyway. Alright, let's transition to
that's trending.
So this week there was a hashtag called People Who Confuse Me. I'm going to do a little lighthearted, discussion. I really feel like this can be applied to pretty much anything. Like people who like love their job confuse me. Like, really?
Oh my God. How do people who love their job confuse you?
Because it's like, you love your job that much, like you gotta keep telling everybody, I love my job.
Those people make me nervous.
Lies, I tell you.
They make me nervous.
What secrets you got?
Yeah, because it's like, thou doth protest too much. I'm always like, you hide something.
There's a lot of people. This thing, like I said, has been trending on Twitter. Somebody wrote, people who confuse me are Christians who don't help the poor. That I don't understand.
Or they're like, well, that's not my God. That's not the God I pray to.
Yeah, like, really?
I thought it was though. I thought Christians were, and FYI, this story was retold by Egyptians like thousands of years before, but okay.
You know you guys say to those Christians, when I sneeze, please don't say God bless you.
Seriously.
Because I don't know what God you're praying to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Those kind of people confuse me. They really do.
Oh my gosh, they have some really good ones.
What when you think about like life in general, what type of people confuse you?
Do you ever former drug addicts who are now vegans because their body's a temple?
Well, drug addicts who like know everything. It's like, they woke. Like, okay. Meanwhile, they was not until like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like that confuses me. Okay.
Like, you're gonna have to be sober about 20 years. At least. Yeah.
Or when somebody tries to tell you how to do your job.
You know what?
Or like, yes. Like, I've had a few people in my life that are good for that. Were like, really? You know what you really should do? And like, I don't think you've ever been in this position, but okay, go ahead. Right. You tell me what I should be doing. You tell me what the best way to get this done is. Yes,
since you know it all.
So, yeah.
You know, kind of people that confuse me. I saw this on social media. Twerkers with no ass.
That is all me. I can't
twerk.
I am obsessed with twerking. Can I do it? No. Do I have an ass? Absolutely not. It's more like a square. It's more like a baked potato that fell.
What about people that are so secretive, like you've never been in their house, but you've been friends with them 20 years?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You let people in your house know?
No, I do not.
You're weird like that.
I've known people for 20 years that have never met my boo.
Yeah, what is that? You see, people like you confuse me. You're very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you stay wanting to be like, accept me, but you got one hand out and the other come hither.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you confuse me.
Yep.
You confuse me. You know what else confuses me?
What?
People that change who they are for a person, get the person, and be like, yeah, I'm not. Then go back to who they were.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
There's a lot of people that do that.
No.
You know, it's like they're switching up for the gram. You meet them in person, you're like, really?
You know what else confuses me? You know how like when like people go through something very hard in their life and then all of a sudden they're thumping the Bible at you because you cussed or something? And you're like, excuse me, did I just finish a prison sentence? Like, excuse me? Didn't you just get out? Aren't you still on parole?
Exactly.
Holding the Bible? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right, yeah. All right.
You know what people confuse me? Black men, right? That is always screaming about black excellence, black this, and then you look closely and they got the blondest white chick. Or, you know, the Asian, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, do you.
To
me, you do you.
Absolutely.
But the whole black this and black excellence, look out for black people, this, that, and the other. But then they ain't trying to be like with a black woman. Ever.
That confuses me.
I don't understand it. That's Diddy. He stays staying black excellence. And you see his latest girlfriend? She looks like she's 22.
Well, usually men have a different shade of a beard.
Yeah, true.
But
yeah, you know all the ladies.
Yeah. You know what confuses me?
What?
This.
What?
Oh my god! I just got men with a comb over.
I don't get it. Like, shave your head.
Just go. It looks so nice. Just shave it.
You know, I love to rub on a bald head.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just.
You know what confuses me too? This is not funny. It's just weird. You know, like when you go out with people and they keep going to the bathroom to reapply lipstick.
They're sniffing coke.
Oh.
No, I don't know, but it's like, why the hell you keep like you gotta go bathroom that much?
Yeah.
And then you come back and you got lipstick on your teeth.
No, they're crazy. It's like, if you could see the white all the way around somebody's eye and they have lipstick on their teeth, they're crazy.
You ain't right.
But am I lying though?
You ain't lying. You ain't said nothing but a lie. Ain't said nothing but the truth.
You know what else confuses me? You know when you have menstrual cramps? And the guy's just like, can you take like aspirin or something for that?
Really? How about I kick you in the nuts and you tell me if a Tylenol will fix that? Let's try. Same thing? Let's try that out. How about that? You know what confuses me?
What?
Parents that won't vaccinate their damn kids. And they want their kids up in the school with me, with my kids.
Oh, no.
Not that I have kids,
no.
But it's like they got to learn to have an attitude because 90% of the kids in the school are vaccinated, and their parents don't want unvaccinated children around their children.
Yeah.
Or they want they're like, oh, you know, it's like,
but how are my unvaccinated kids? If your vaccines work, then how does, because it's a mutated virus.
You know what I don't understand?
What?
People that watch stupid shows.
I watch stupid shows.
You really do.
You know what confuses me?
What?
Do you ever meet somebody who's not really smart, but then they start homeschooling their kids?
Or they're not really smart, but they swear the Simpsons is like that shit.
Oh, it's just a really, really smart show. You really have to know. You really have to know stuff. Oh my God.
I can't stand people who confuse me. And mofos get on my nerve. Oh, I'm one of these.
What?
People who follow and then unfollow. But I stay following, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm bowing out. I'm really not liking you.
Yeah, I get salty if somebody doesn't follow me, and then I unfollow them. Oh no.
You know what people confuse me? You know who confuses me? Relatives who will comment on Meg the Stallion, like her photos. Meanwhile, I'm the homie. You don't like my lobster bisque? You can't like that? You don't like my headband?
Megan the Stallion is good. You know who confuses me?
What?
People that can eat one cookie.
What's wrong with us? Don't hate. And I can eat a lay and keep it calling.
One lay.
You moving.
Yeah.
One lay chip.
That's really weird.
I'm just saying. You know, we out there. We are out there. Yes, we are.
You know what else confuses me? You know when people are rude to other people, like at work, like customer service people, but then expect them to work quicker for them? Like,
yeah.
Weren't you at a Walmart once and somebody threw a phone at the lady behind the counter, hit her in the face?
Yeah.
And the manager was like, well, you gotta keep moving. Like, no, that's assault. Yeah. That's assault.
Unfortunately, this was years ago, before people were like phoning, you know.
Yeah.
That person would be let go. Yeah. You know what confuses me?
What?
People that are videotaped being racist and continue being racist. Like, you're on camera. They tell you, you're on camera, Becky. Becky with the good hair. You know, they like barbecue Becky and parking lot Patty. Yes. It's like they're only being warned that they're being videotaped.
But they keep going.
They keep going.
You double down on it. Wow.
They confuse me. Like, what are you doing? You know? I don't know. There's a whole lot of people out there. Just.
You know what confuses me?
What?
Because I'm a very small person in stature, not in size. When someone else says, wow, they're really big and I just don't want to approach them, can you just say that they're black and you're just uncomfortable?
That happened
because you're a racist?
Well, I don't want to get into it, but definitely.
That confuses me.
Yeah. Really?
Like, I'm tiny and I got no problem. Like, if I don't have an issue saying something to someone because it's never going to be what you say. It's always going to be how you say it.
Especially if you're responsible for their paycheck, they ain't going to do nothing to you, boo.
Yeah. Like, hey, can you...
I don't know. It's crazy. So, there's just... I don't understand. People, you know what confuses me? People that ride for the Beatles like they still hot.
What?
Or Elvis.
Oh, Lieutenant Colonel Awesome. Sorry. He's an Elvis fan.
To this day, like, loves Elvis.
Yeah. Like, loves
Elvis shoes. Like, I'm putting that on my iPod or whatever.
Yeah.
Playlist.
Yeah.
Rockin' Robin. Okay.
But he is confusing, though.
I mean, hey, girl, hey.
Oh, that confuses me. Please don't do that.
Anyway, you know what does not confuse me?
What?
Your friendship.
Oh,
I'm thankful for it, and you know, I hope everybody has a good rest of the week and weekend. But in the meantime, Marissa, where can they catch us?
Yep, yeah, yes, 18, Instagram, Twitter, the Yep, yeah, yes podcast, Facebook.
And is there any particular platforms they should try in downloading the podcast?
Podbean, iTunes, Apple Play.
I'm liking Google Play Music. You always say Apple Play. iTunes is one thing. Apple Play doesn't exist. It's Google Play.
I'm like that old lady. I'm like that old lady who dyes her hair blue. You know?
Why?
Like, why?
I saw an 80-year-old woman with purple hair. I was like,
Okay.
I don't know if she did that on purpose, or it was a mess up with the dye, because it was like that lavender,
that tint, right?
It was like, oh, she got messed up, and does she know?
I don't know, but I'm that old lady who walks out with blue hair.
Please don't ever dye your hair blue.
I don't think I could.
Anything is possible.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Anything is possible.
I'm nervous to dye my hair.
Why?
I don't mind like the ends where you highlight and you can just chop it right off, but that like dyeing your whole hair.
I'm about to dye my hair. Next time you see me, I'm gonna have a different color hair. I'm getting my whole head dyed.
What color?
You'll see.
Oh shit.
I can either go one way or the other. It's a secret. Anyway.
Well, homie.
Yes.
I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're enough.
As are you. I love you as well. And Pico, thank you for interrupting the show again today.
He didn't interrupt.
He was coughing up a hairball like he's a cat.
Oh.
But anyway. All right, y'all.
All right.
Adios.
Bye, y'all.